Hello. We're just about to start our quads and hamstrings flow. I'm going to wait just maybe a minute or two. I'm actually a little early, which is awesome. Sometimes tech is not my friend, but today it looks like everything is working. And I'm so excited to be here with you guys to guide you in a practice for our quads and hamstrings. So I have a community that I run called Running Mom Life, helping women. A lot of them are moms, but you don't have to be a mom. So helping women who love running. If you're joining and you're not a woman, that's okay too. We're going to open up our hamstrings and quads. Everybody has hamstrings and quads. But inside my Facebook group community, I did a poll about what people would want to see for a workshop. And quads and hamstrings won. So clearly, an area in our body that tends to tighten up, get a little stiff, maybe a little sore. I know today, when I went for my long run this morning, I could feel my hamstring, my right one, talking a little bit. It's beyond a whisper now, so I definitely need to send it some love and healing vibes. So must be the universe because I'm guiding that today anyways, so lucky me. And this is just a little taste of what it's like to work with me. So if you are a runner, if you're an active person, active mom, and you want to live freely, move with ease into your 40s and beyond, perhaps your goal is a 5K, 10K, half marathon, marathon, ultra marathon, Ironman, whatever, I'm here to help. And I help. My passion and my expertise is mind body connection. What does that really mean, right? So I've been a physiotherapist for over 12 years. I have been a yoga instructor for over 10 and a mindfulness teacher for over 5. Hi, Olga. And, through my experience working with lots of different clients, lots of different body types, lots of different injuries, lots of different whatever, it all narrows down to mind body connection. And that's what I'm here to help mentor and guide you guys with. And today, our focus is on our quads and our hamstrings. There's one way to stretch them. There's another way to stretch them. And the common denominator with mind-body connection is tuning inward and really listening to our body in a way where we can like feel it. And our muscles tell us something. Our joints tell us something. And it's important to catch those whispers and those talks before it turns into screams and shouts. This happened to me last year. Okay. Even like I'm in this world and it can still happen to me. So don't beat yourself up if you pushed through something, pushed through a run and you got injured, or you did the thing anyway, even though your back was tweaked. We learn from these mistakes. Mistakes aren't failures. They're just their growth, actually, and it helps us transform. And I'm so happy to tell you that I am running better, faster than I used to, even though I had a really bad injury last year, but it really taught me something and it actually helped me be a better coach. So hi Lauren, I see you. I think you wrote something in the chat. I'll just give it a check. If you guys want to just open up the chat box, grabbing your yoga mat. Yay, good. If you have blocks, grab your blocks too. If you don't have blocks, a chair or a stool or the wall can be very helpful. And maybe just type in the chat where you're watching from. I know, Olga, you're here in Ottawa. Oh, it's Lauren. Amazing. Okay. So let's get started. I will just welcome anyone else who trickled in. But for those of you who are already here, get yourself on your mat. We're gonna lie down. I will join you in a moment. I'm just gonna sit here so that you can hear me. Go ahead and lie down, and you can lie flat or with your knees up, feet flat on the ground. Just depends on your lower back. Some people find hard surface lower back doesn't love that. So just bending your knees up just gives a little bit of that support. And again, if you have any questions, this is supposed to be interactive, so feel free to unmute yourself and ask, or you can type in the chat. So we'll just lie down, and I love to start every yoga practice or mindful movement practice with just a bit of breath awareness. So put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Just take a few moments here to settle into your breath. I should also let you guys know it's being recorded for those who need the replay after. So thank you for turning on your cameras. If you're not comfortable being recorded, feel free to turn it off. It's nice to see you guys, so I know that my cueing is right. So thank you for that. All right. Oh, and I'm Tatiana, by the way, for people who don't know me. All right. So again, we're coming into our breath. If you need to sigh out the first couple of breaths, go for it. Sometimes we just need to, exhale away the morning, exhale away the to-do list that's coming this afternoon, and just really dedicate the next half hour to being here, present with your body, present with your hamstrings and your quads in particular. And let's set an intention. So just one simple phrase or one word. It can be simple like love or healing or strength, something that resonates with you. And I want you to wholeheartedly breathe it in on your inhale through your nose. And then when you exhale and breathe out, I want you to send that same intention out to the universe. Because the universe, when we ask for something, we will receive. So make sure you pull your intention in, because you are here. Your action is so huge, right? By showing up for yourself, you're here, pull that intention in. And then on your exhale, we're manifesting it outwards, right? We're sending that ripple out to the universe. 5 more breaths just like that. Last one. Beautiful. You can flutter your eyes open if that feels good. Just try to wiggle your ankles and maybe bend and straighten your knee a little bit. And then when you're ready, we're actually going to catch the left knee and just slowly send it to the sky. And if that's feeling crazy on your hamstring and maybe even into your calf a little bit, you might need to pull this opposite leg a bit closer to your body to give yourself more slack. Or if you're not feeling much, you're going to actually lengthen that leg out. So I've shown you 2 extremes, tucking this all the way in to give your body slack, or lengthening it all the way out. You kind of have to find your happy sort of edge. Happy meaning, you want to feel something in this hamstring. If we don't feel anything, we're not going to create any change. But we also don't want to feel so much pain or tension and stiffness that we're fighting ourselves. And what I mean by fighting ourselves is that feeling where it's so uncomfortable that you start to tense your shoulders. Maybe the breath feels a bit shallow. So something really important to help you with is your breath is your guide. So if you can breathe in and out with ease, and you feel that, slight discomfort, that edge, then that's where you want to sit with your stretch. And then our hamstring is 3D. So this is great for this part of the hamstring, but we also want to get the other angle. So we're going to take our left leg and turn it a little bit to the left. So my left toes and my left knee is facing my left shoulder. And just by doing that micro turn, can you feel how that changes the stretch in your hamstring? Just give me a thumbs up if you feel that difference. Awesome. Breathing in and breathing out, come back to your body if you've fluttered away. Sometimes the mind likes to wander. Part of mindful movement is reminding ourselves what we're here for, the intention you had set, or perhaps you're just breathing into that tight hamstring. Let's go ahead and turn the knee and toes over to the right, and that's going to change again. That stretch feels a bit different. So in my case, in my body right now, I've noticed this doesn't feel as tight. I don't really feel too much on this inner hamstring for me. So I'm going to choose to go back to my outer side. And you can like kind of listen to your body here. Okay, like which angle did I need the most? Was it me pointing to the right shoulder, center knee, or me pointing towards the left shoulder? Okay, so this is where you can kind of fine tune your stretching. Awesome. Let's place that back down. We're going to roll onto the right side. Use your bottom arm like a pillow. You can lie right on the bicep or like fold your elbow. And we're going to see if we can catch the left leg behind us. So now we're stretching the left quad. It's really important that your knee doesn't wing up like this. You're not going to feel anything here. And if you have knee pain or tension in your ITB, you're probably going to want to wing. That is a tendency because tight ITB usually happens because of a tiny muscle up in the hip. We're not getting into that today. I'm going to say that's another one, but I'm just giving a heads up because ITB is a real thing for runners. And we're targeting the quad here. So making sure that you're not winged up is really important. Take another full breath. And release. All right, roll back to your back. And we're going to pull the right knee in. Sending your right foot to the sky. Again, lengthening your opposite leg gives you more stretchy feeling. Pulling it closer is going to give you more slack to lessen the intensity. So you pick which one you can tolerate. We want that edge, 3 out of 10. Make sure your breath is even in and out through the nose. Now we're going to turn that knee towards our right shoulder. And breathe. Maybe we turn it to the other shoulder, left shoulder this time, and see, does that feel like that's where the fibers of the hamstring needs that stretch? Right, so you know, if you ever have had a physio work on you or a massage therapist, and they're like gliding their hands over your muscles, and there's those spots that are like called knots or trigger points, you're actually trying to find that here, and you're trying to imagine as you breathe in and out, that ball, that tension is like slowly lengthening out, and it's like those muscle fibers are going from, you know, the crazy balled up mess to nice, parallel, striated, organized fibers again. I know it sounds crazy, but if you really think it and visualize it, it makes a difference. Let's do one more breath on that hamstring, whatever angle you had chosen. And it's also interesting to note which side is feeling it more. For me today, it's really intense on my right side. Okay, now we're gonna lie onto our other side. I'm just gonna flip my body over so you can still hear me. You can just roll over, and then we're gonna catch our right leg behind us. And again, if the knee is coming up, you may not feel it in the right spot. So we need to pull that knee down so at least it's parallel to the other leg, parallel to the ground. And maybe there's space to kick it back, maybe not. If you smush your foot towards your bum, you might feel more along the quad, near your kneecap. If you kick your leg away from you, kick your foot away from your bum like that, you might feel more almost like into the hip flexor at the top of the quad. Yeah, again, we can just be like curious here. Where does my body feel it? Where do I need it? Good, gently release. We'll come onto our bellies. Inhale, we'll just do a little back bend here. This is called cobra. So make sure in cobra, your shoulders are away from your ears and you're squeezing your glutes. So your lower back stays happy. Exhale, melt it down. Let's push up onto knees and hands. And we'll end up on all fours. And I just always like to kind of wiggle my spine a little bit just to work out any kinks. If you have a desk job or you've been driving and you've been seated, things can get stiffened up. So we just want to kind of move around because remember our back is actually a bunch of bones stacked on top of each other, and between every bone is a joint, and then on the left and right side there's little facet joints too. So many joints in our back. Okay. So once you've wiggled yourself around, we're going to take our left foot between our hands or the blocks. And this is where if you didn't have blocks, you could just touch the ground, or you could use the wall if you're feeling a little off balance. And we're going to pull our hips forward. Really drop your hips forward. And then you're going to push your hips back, but you're not going to sit. So your hip is over your knee. You're presenting the bottom of your foot to the top of your yoga mat, and your knee is straight-ish, right? If it's not all the way straight, that's okay. Now check your back. If your back feels round, you may not feel anything. So can you pull your belly down, heart up, chest up, so you have a flat back. And in flat back, that should feel like a pretty good stretch here. And then hips, and you feel your hips. If you've thrown your left hip forward, you're not going to feel that hamstring. You have to square the hips. Let me know if you feel that hamstring. Cool. Good. Breathe. And now we're going to play. So you're going to round your spine. That releases it. Inhale, pull your heart forward, chest up. Exhale, start to lift your right arm. So your left leg is in front, your right arm, so you're like this diagonal line. You're reaching for the corner of your room. Breathe in. As you exhale, you're going to take your right arm across the leg and then float your body down. It's going to feel pretty intense as you float down. Inhale, like you're pulling a bow and arrow all the way back. Exhale, come across. Float down. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. And slowly float down. You can catch your foot, the outer part of your leg, or maybe a block. And from here, right, you're going to try to turn your heart towards the left. And if that's crazy intense, soften your knee a little bit. So I want you to keep your back flat for this because I don't want a round spine and a twist. That's not great. We want to have a flat back. So if you can't keep a flat back because the hamstring's so tight, you might need to soften your knee a little bit. that's okay. But we're gonna turn our heart to the left and breathe into that hamstring stretch. I should mention when we're stretching, we want to feel the muscle belly stretching, not tugging at the tendons. So if all you're feeling is like crazy tension at the knee, behind the knee, or at your sit bone, the tendon of the hamstring, make sure you adjust yourself a little bit until you feel the bulk of the muscle belly. Good, let's come back through center. We're just gonna switch legs. We're still working on our left leg. Because we're gonna do the left quad now, just in a different position, right? We did this already lying down. Now we're just in this half lunge position. So we're gonna keep our left hand on the block or a chair or something. And I want you to like kind of just bounce forward a little bit through your hips until this back leg, when you bend it, it feels like you're not on the kneecap. It feels like you're on like the top, like the lower part of your quadricep. And if that is like hard to do, maybe you need to put like a rolled up towel or like a pillow to support it. Okay, because we don't want to like put pressure right on the kneecap. We don't want to like smush the cartilage. And then we're gonna rainbow this right arm and see if we can catch our foot. If that feels like impossible, a strap might be handy here, or if you don't, have a strap, you just hold this. This is enough. I'm getting lots of quad stretching here. And same as your hamstring, you've got different angles in your quad. So you can be a little bit playful with turning your foot a little bit, dialing it that way to the right. Or maybe you turn it a little bit to the left. And if you're holding it, you can use your arm to kind of like guide, right? And breathe. So I see that Olga and Lauren cannot reach, and that's okay. Are you guys feeling your quad? Yeah? Okay. Great. Next time, if you do this video again or you do the stretch on your own, grab a scarf or something, just so then you don't have to work as hard. Okay, let's do one more breath. And then don't slingshot it down, just with control, bring it down. Whew. And just kind of like melt out of that, maybe dynamic back and forth a little bit. And come back to all fours. And wiggle your bum around. Maybe a little bit of a cat-cow. Side to side. I like to tell my clients, imagine your spine is a slinky. Someone's playing with the slinky. You're just kind of freeing up all those segments. All right. Now it's our right leg's turn. So right leg going between the blocks. And we'll press back. Remember, first, we're just going to press back, adjust until we feel the hamstring. And then from here, check. Is your hip right over the back knee? Is your back really round? Can you pull your heart forward, belly down, chest up? By doing that, did you switch your hips? Did you shoot this left or the right hip forward? If you did, can you pull it back? Can you show the bottom of this right foot to the top of your yoga mat? Can you breathe? If you're fighting yourself, if you're tensing the jaw, the breath is shallow, you're squeezing your shoulders, maybe you give yourself a bit of slack, okay? So today I have already noticed my right hamstring during my run, and I need to bend it more, okay? It's talking, so I'm just gonna give it a bit of help, a bit of slack, and this is bending a little more than my other leg, but that's okay. I'm gonna meet my hamstring where it's at. Inhale, open your left arm, reach across that room. Exhale, it's gonna come across your body, and you're gonna float like you're shaking someone's hand, down towards your leg. Inhale, open. Exhale, float up and bow out towards your leg. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. And we're gonna hold this stretch. Remember, we don't wanna twist with a round spine. So see if you can pull your heart up, chest up, and then find a block. Hold your toes or a foot or leg and turn that heart towards the right side. And breathe. Right hip back, left hip forward. Find ease in your inhales and exhales. Good, one more time here. Slowly turn your body to forward. You can go back and forth a little bit to kind of dynamically move in and out of that. Then we go ahead and pull that right leg back so that we get the right quad. And again, we're gonna just bounce a little bit. Looks like we're trying to bounce our hips down to the earth. And then bend that right leg until you can feel like, hey, I'm not on my kneecap, right? I'm on that distal part of the quad. And right hand stays on the block or your chair. And we rainbow this left arm around and see if we can catch it. If we can't catch it, that's okay. We're just holding it here is going to give us a nice big quad stretch. And we can dial back and forth, left to right, kind of see which maybe part of that quad is a little tighter and needs a little bit of that extra. And again, if you can reach or you have a towel or a scarf, you could help that to move it. You're just thinking about your muscles in 3D space. Which part, which fibers. Good, one more full breath. Release, don't slingshot it, just calm down with control. And then we're just gonna move back and forth, tuck that leg back when you're ready. Meet me back on all fours. And just, again, slinky it out, maybe cat-cow it out. And when you're ready, you're gonna meet me back on your back, just like how we started, okay? Just like how we started. Maybe you were here, maybe you were flat. I'm gonna sit up so you can hear me, but you guys lie down, go ahead. And I know if you have to pop off, that's okay, don't worry. For work or next meeting, but if you can stay, this part of practice is really important. This is Shavasana. So if you've ever done a yoga class, at the end, there's usually, 5-10 minutes of just lying there and it feels like you're doing nothing, but actually your body is absorbing your practice, okay? So it gives your body a chance to integrate and absorb all that hard work you just did, all that stretching, all that input that your tissues, muscles, joints, even like fascia, nerves, bones, right? All that physical stuff. When you stay in Shavasana and breathe and come back to your intention, so that part's the mindfulness practice, right? Your physical body gets a chance to actually absorb your practice. So if we just like did the thing and hopped off our mats and went about our day, like sat back in a desk or whatever, started to do our errands, we didn't get a chance to absorb and like really integrate all that healing and transformative work. So we just have 2 more minutes here together. I want you to try your best to breathe in that whole intention. Remember, you had set one in the beginning, so breathe it in. Breathe it out on your exhale. So again, we're sending it out to the universe. Perhaps sending your body, your hamstrings and your quads a little bit of gratitude for working for you and being there for your walks, for your runs, carrying you every day. And thanking yourself for showing up, doing the practice, putting in the time, the energy, and the mindset for the work. One more full breath. Let's exhale all the air out together. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose, fill up the whole body. And exhale. Good. Continue to breathe. And you can start to wake up your physical body. Maybe wiggling your toes and your fingers, rolling your head side to side. And just coming back to any seated. Hands can come to the heart. Maybe the eyes shut down. Just one more chance to connect with your intention that you had set. And give each other a bit of thanks for the awesome virtual energy. And I thank you for allowing me to be your guide. Namaste. All right. So if you have to hop off, that's cool. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, I can stay for a few moments. And yeah, thanks for hanging.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
What's that?
Oh, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Did you have any questions for me?
I don't think so. That felt really good. I needed that today. I really like to have the difference of just like rotating your leg. Like I never knew that. So that really helped. It's definitely like zone in on those parts that are really tight. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, do that. And I know you're like training for stuff too. So extra, left and right side could be very different. And that's the one you hold, right?
Yeah, no,
Awesome.
that was super helpful.
Good. All right. Well, it was great to see you.
Good to see you.
So for those who are watching the replay, thanks for watching. If anyone has any questions about the Move with Ease method, which is the program that I run, connect with me. You know where to find me, email, social media, and inside the Facebook group. Happy to chat about it. I am having a summer bonus right now. I know summer is very busy for everyone. So there is an incentive to join now, kind of get the summer for free basically. So let me know. Again, I do offer a call so we can go through your goals, your running goals, your health goals. And just even if we don't work together in that capacity, it's just nice to bounce ideas off someone, get a bit of guidance and like where to go from here. So I'm happy to chat. And thank you again for showing up live. It's always fun to practice with people and I love this community. So yeah, have a great rest of your hump day. And if you think of what you want next, I think I'm going to do hips next because Olga had actually a question about her ITB. I just didn't have time to get it out today because that took that was half hour and we just did hamstrings and quads. So Lauren, if you have a question about any other parts or anyone else watching, let me know because that will drive the next workshops. Okay?
Awesome.
All right. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.